happy Saturday. So today I'm going to do my Inspiring Figures feature for this month. I've actually not done an Inspiring Figures feature since January, just because in February I was so busy with traveling and getting things done at work. So it's been quite busy, but to make up for that, I've been wanting to interview two lovely ladies for March, in time for International Women's Day and just women's celebrations for this month. So I'm really excited to talk to some incredible women, and for the rest of the year, different people. Just to talk to them about their story and what they're working on. So for those who don't know, just a quick introduction. I created this feature last year in January because I was really inspired by the people I was meeting in my day-to-day life, who shared their stories, and I just felt so inspired, so refreshed and motivated by what they were doing. So I just wanted to create this feature to make sure that you guys also know about them, and so we can all be inspired together. It's a feature on my blog, pauline.com. It's in the link in my bio if you want to have a look into that. But without further ado, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to invite this month's Inspiring Figure, Jen, onto the call. I'm going to try and do this every single time I do it. Sometimes it fails, sometimes it doesn't, so we'll have a look and see what happens.
Yay!
Hey! Hello!
Hi!
I am so sorry about that. It happened before with another person and I still haven't figured out what happened. So I was like, literally after that day, I was like deep in like forums trying to understand what happened, but still nothing. So as soon as that started happening with us, I was like, I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, we just need to jump on yours. I don't know why. Hopefully we'll get everyone back, but thank you so much, Jen, for like spending some time with me this morning just to have a little chat. You are like incredible. I don't need to say it again. I've been really proud of you, and I've been watching your sort of growth over the last few months. So as soon as I was like planning my Inspiring Figures for this year, I was like, I definitely need to get you involved in that, just to chat through your journey and chat through what you've been doing. So, so for those who don't know, do you want to quickly do a little introduction of like what are you doing now? Who are you? What's happening in sort of like your space? Is that okay?
Yeah. So my name is Jennifer Opal. Born and raised Londoner. So for the past 4 months, is it 4 months? It feels like forever, but it's been intense. But 4 months, I was part of a program with BT where they basically created a program called BT Further to try and fill the gap in tech and try and get more women and non-binaries into technology. It's something that's been talked about for a really long time. So the way that they went about it is setting up a course, basically like a full-time coding boot camp. Took applications, worked alongside Code First Girls, and took on teaching 29 women and non-binaries how to code in 3 months. And at the end of those 3 months, we all had an opportunity to look at literally basically getting into working in technology within BT. So we had opportunity to interview for those roles. About 75% of us went on to start a job at BT. So we'll be starting in the next coming weeks. And yeah, that's what I've been a part of. And I've been sharing my journey on Instagram on how I started and where I am right now. And I haven't started my job yet. I don't start till Monday. But it's really exciting.
Yeah, it is. I'm so excited for you. I think so I've been doing lots of work with Code First Girls over my last 2 years at university and thankfully now at work. So when I heard about the Further program, I was like, this is incredible. This is really opening doors to so many people. So, and I've seen that firsthand with with my mentee. So I was a further buddy. So it's been incredible. It's just been an incredible thing to be part of. So what was your background before you got involved in the further program? And you know, where did sort of your interest in technology first come about?
So before, I was actually pursuing a career of being a shrink, basically. A shrink for kids. I know it sounds so crazy. So at the time, I was working with young offenders, and it really is an empowering role and very challenging role to do. I got to a kind of stagnation point where I was like, do I really want to do this? And at the time, I had an offer to do a master's in counselling at Goldsmiths College in London. And I turned it down because my heart just wasn't in it. So I went on to Birkbeck in 2016 and applied to do a degree. And I basically picked the most generic degree, being business and French language. I just kind of chose it because I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And I thought, okay, let me do this. Maybe I'll discover something that will allow me to kind of find my way. So from doing that, in the second year of my degree, which was October 2017, I got onto a Code First Girls in 8-week course. It's like once a week. Yeah. And that's where I discovered coding. And I wish I'd have found out about it sooner, but I absolutely loved it. And I've been learning independently. But yeah, that's where I started, from training to be a shrink for kids to basically going into tech.
That's amazing. I love hearing all the stories that I speak to like other women, because they're always like, they seem really random, but then there comes a point where that light bulb sort of just switches on and you're like, oh yeah, that's how you got in. I actually was really fortunate to also find the Code First Girls community also at university, also in my second year. And for me as well, I think, yeah, I honestly, like, I could talk to you about Code First Girls for ages, but I won't. It's fantastic that like you had that opportunity to be exposed from university, and now you've had the opportunity to take that into to the professional work, and you know, pursue a very exciting career, because honestly technology is super exciting. So that's really fantastic. So can you tell us more about the further program then? So when did you apply, and what was the process like, and you know, what were the first few weeks like as well?
So I applied as soon as I got the newsletter in my email.
This is why you signed up to them.
Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful I signed up for that newsletter. It's literally a blessing. As soon as it came in, I'm like, should I do this? I don't know. And I did, and I have no regrets. So once I applied, I just, I think it was about 2 weeks. When did I apply? I think it was like August. It was really quick. It was a really quick process. I think it was around July, August, they were taking applications, and it closed after about 3 weeks. Then there was an interview round with one of the coordinators at Code First Girls called Glenn, and someone else, but I actually don't remember her name. I don't know who it was that was interviewing me, but it was someone from beauty.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we had an interview with them, and they were asking us about our interest in tech, why we want to be in technology, why we want to be a part of it. And then about another 2 weeks after that is when we found out who got accepted and who did, and I did. And I didn't realize this, but when I was on the phone and they gave me the news, I screamed for my mom before I even knew that I didn't hang up. So when I came in for my first day, they're like, you're the girl that screamed. I'm like, you're kidding. You heard me. They're like, it's the best reaction ever. I'm like,
oh, that is so cute. Oh, that is adorable. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, that's amazing. What were your first weeks like then? Did you jump in straight away into the learning the tech side of things, or like what happened?
Yeah, like the first month we learnt web development, so front-end web development, HTML, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap. We did a little bit of JavaScript, but not as in-depth. But we all were given, it was more of a project-based program. So they would tell us, okay, we're learning this, we'll learn it for an hour, apply what we've learned onto this project. And it's so crazy because it's like, everything that they're kind of throwing at us, you're thinking, what is that enough to really build this site? Like, we need to know more. We need to know why. And it was actually enough. It was actually enough. And what was so interesting is that even though we just met, we instantly created a community straight away. We were all in the same boat. We were all learning from one another. If someone's like, why isn't this code working? And realize, oh, someone will come around and look and be like, oh, you didn't close that H1 tag. I'm like, oh, okay. Those kind of things, you just don't realize it. And even though they're learning, I'm learning too. But it was really intense though. A lot of us just struggled a lot, but that was expected. It was expected. It's not an easy journey to get into tech at all. And when you're learning the skills, it's going to challenge you. And we were definitely challenged those first few weeks, definitely challenged.
Yeah. I mean, chatting with my mentee, I heard her journey from start to finish, and I was literally like, wow, I don't know if I can even like do a 9 to 5, a 9 to 5 coding course, like a boot camp. It's just really intense, especially for people who's never like even looked at code before. Or so yeah, it's really good that they challenged you, and I definitely think that project work is so much better than like that traditional teacher student sort of vibe. It's more about you know, having the project work and actually doing it, going through trial and error. And yeah, I think my whole my own sort of coding journey, it started when I was 8 and I was coding websites just for fun, and that was trial and error for me, like genuinely just like failing and then looking at the code for like 10 hours and being like, I still don't get it. And then suddenly boom, it just sort of clicks, doesn't it? So so that's
Exactly.
fantastic. Did you hear from like other people within BT, as in like did you get like guest speakers just to get an understanding and a feel of you know, the company itself? Not it wasn't Was it just the boot camp, or did you sort of hear from other people?
We had a lot of support from across BT. A lot of people came in to keep speaking about their experiences in tech. There's a lot of people that have worked in BT for a long time, and it was like,
Oh.
whoa. It was always a shock. So it would be like, oh, I've been here for 20 years. I'm like, wait, what? What? Like, I've been here for
It's like
25. Wait, what? Like, it was like they've been there for such a long time. And I was like, you guys are really like OGs. You guys have been here for a long time. You guys know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah.
Like, and it was crazy, but it was really incredible to have all these people working in BT come and take time to just speak to us. It really is amazing. There's been some really incredible people, and we all learned from each and every person. People traveling from Belfast to speak to us, people traveling from Cardiff to speak to us, and even just Ipswich is down the road, but coming down and taking time to come and speak to us and share what it is that you do and teach us about what it is we're going into. That's amazing in itself. But we also, like outside of B2, we had some amazing support as well. And even like our tutors teaching us Python, teaching us cybersecurity, teaching us front-end web development, test-driven development, all those people took time out, and they all like were either studying a PhD while they're teaching us. Someone was running their own business while they're teaching us every day, like Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. That's a big dedication. So there was a lot of support around us. And even though we didn't understand things and were making mistakes, that's the whole process of it all. But yeah, it's been incredible. It really, really, really is. BT is literally like a large family. I wasn't expecting like to even feel
Yeah,
like that, but it really is just like, wow, like you guys are really like have
it
our back. So that's really good.
it is. It's fantastic. I think I've been in BT now for 6 months, but I work on the EE side of things. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize that EE and BT were one big company now, and that EE is part of the consumer branch of you know, the BT group. And you know, as soon as I joined and we heard from people across BT Group as a whole, but also PlusNet and
Yeah,
EE. It just felt like a huge family, and it's just really, it's great, I think, because there's so many people who knows their stuff in
yeah.
BT because of how long they've been working there. So like it's really, really good just to like connect with as much people as you can and make yourself known and just talk to everyone because they know like the business inside and out. So that's what I've been trying to do these past 6 months, and it's still very like I can't possibly know everyone in the business because it's huge. It is absolutely huge. But
Huge, it really
yeah.
is.
So yeah. So what was your like main highlight from the program?
I think I think it was the growth of itself. Even though we learnt a lot, it was just the growth from where we started to where I ended. There was a lot of moments where I was like, wow, like I've built a website in a week, or I'm able to do something with Python in a week. Like it was a lot of things. Like even just like giving a speech at the end of the program where I gave a speech, and that that moment,
Girl.
I just thank you. Like I never thought that I would ever be that person that would be able to get in front of people, have all those eyes staring at me, and I'm talking to them like, oh my gosh. And I'm so grateful. Like I'm really, really grateful that in the beginning I wasn't that person, but it built my confidence as well. Like not just like in coding, but just as a woman, as a person, that I have the confidence to just do these incredible things. Um, but yeah, I would say just growth. Growth is just the biggest highlight for me. Growth has been amazing for me, and it's really changed my outlook on life as a whole, and my outlook on the outlook on me as a person, as a woman. So I learned a lot from other people, different walks of life that's added to my character and how I talk and communicate to people. So I learned a lot. So growth is the bigger thing for me.
That's adorable. That's really warmed my heart because I've spoken to loads of students of Code First Girls across the UK, and they've all echoed the same thing. And from my experience as well, CFG has given me the confidence as well just to pursue a career in tech and go again like you, just talk in front of everyone. I think CFG is doing some incredible work around that. They're not just about that coding community and giving you those technical skills, but that is an important part of it, but also they do care a lot about who you are and who you become at the end of the 8 weeks or 3 months. So I'm so proud and so happy that you've got that from them. So yeah, that's fantastic. So I've seen that you've been building your platform on Instagram. Like you said at the beginning, you've been documenting your whole journey, and it's always really, really like fantastic to get yourself out there. Have you got any more plans on like Instagram and other media outlets like blogging to sort of share more of your story? Because I want to say that this is only the beginning for you, Jen. I can see like such a bright future for you, honestly. So
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I mean, I definitely want to continue to share my journey. I think that it's um starting my new job on Monday and my first tech role is nerve-wracking. And I can guarantee you, hands on heart, I will be making mistakes. I will definitely mess up. I will have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's like, do you know what? I definitely want to share that journey with other people so that they understand that even though we're learning to code, we're not going to know everything at all. And I definitely want to share that experience with the world. And I definitely want to blog more. That's something that I really want to do, blogging on Medium. I did do a blog. I did a blog on Medium on the 1st of January, and I told myself, New Year's resolution, I'm going to do it every month. And then I didn't do it last month, so it's like kind of cancelled a little bit. But it's like,
yeah.
it's all right. It's always it's to happen. But I'm gonna try and blog like as much as I can for the rest of the year. And yeah, like I've thought about sharing my experiences on YouTube. I'm considering it. I'm not sure. I also have a love for fashion as well as my little side hustle. So I'm not really sure like how to incorporate fashion and tech, but I'm gonna think of something because something will definitely come about from that.
Definitely.
Definitely. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas floating around in my mind, and I really just want to just share it. And I'm excited to share it. I can't wait to share it. But I think the top of my list is sharing my experiences of my first tech role. And I definitely want to get people involved on that journey with me.
I think it is really good that that you document things, because from someone who's not come from a tech background, other people who might be also thinking about doing a similar transition and from a different background, they'll honestly, it is all about role models, and it is all about you become who you think who you think you can become from what you see. I forgot what
Yeah.
the quote was. I used to say it all the time, but genuinely, I stick by that. So that's really good that you're going to continue doing that. For one, I know I'm going to share it. I'm going to share your journey with other people. I've been talking about you to my colleagues at work, because I think that honestly, it's such an incredible program that become a part of, and you've really grown from it. So that's fantastic. You said you're starting on Monday, which is very, very exciting. What are you most excited about, like starting your first role in tech?
I think, I don't know. It's crazy. Like I'm a
Yeah.
whole mix of emotions because I had to relocate for this job. So even though I'm currently in London now, I'm flying to Belfast in 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm flying to Belfast. So my job will be in Belfast. Moving from London to Belfast is a big thing, especially for someone like me. I've never lived outside of London. I've never lived away from home, and being away from family and things like that is a huge thing. And then suddenly you have to start a new role and you have to work with new people. All those things and adjust to not just the job role, but also the new culture and kind of getting an understanding of their culture and their history. And it's like, I'm excited for all of those things, but I think what I'm really looking forward to the most is just learning. I just want to soak in as much knowledge as possible, not just in terms of how to do my job better, but just as a person. I want to be able to get confident in coding, confident in doing my job, confident in sharing that with people within BT, outside of BT, with my family, because you don't realize just how you're impacting people. Like one of the things that my brother mentioned that he was thinking of going to uni to study cybersecurity. Now I'm not doing cybersecurity, but the fact that that's in his head where he's thinking, oh, I can work in tech, I can do this, and for him to say that as a black man, as my brother, I am proud. I'm so proud to say yes. You're going into tech. Yes, we need you. But yeah, I think just adding to my knowledge is the most important thing that I want to take from this role. I'm just excited to just learn and learn and learn. That's what I'm really excited about.
You will be learning like so much. I remember my first few weeks with BT. I was like, "Whoa, there's so much to learn." It's great. I think that yeah, like in a few months you're gonna look back and be like a completely not completely different person, but definitely an upgraded version of yourself, just because of all the new things that you've learned, and just the person you're becoming. I remember I completely like just understand what you mean by moving away from family and never so when I moved to BT, I moved from Sheffield to Leeds, and now that distance is only an hour. It's not like on train, so it's not even that much of a bigger deal. But for me, who was always lived at home, it was such a big like impact for me, and I was so worried. I went home almost every weekend because I couldn't hack it. I was like, I can't do this without my family. But then eventually you do become more independent, and it was all like at the end of it all just about time. So as time went on, I was like, actually, I can do this. I can cook by myself. I can go to work, and I can do this. So it is something that you sort of get used to. So that's really, really good. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited just to see and witness the growth from what I see on Instagram. And so my final question is quite a deeper one. So what do you think is the main barrier of people getting into tech? And how do you think we can solve this? That is such a big question. So don't worry, I'm still trying to answer it myself. Like I've been attending so many women in tech events and events relating to inclusion, diversity, and equality, and I'm still like, but what can we do? Seriously. So I just want to know sort of your thoughts on that.
I think for me, I think is accessibility. No one knows, not a lot of people know that they can learn code. Not a lot of people even know how to get into learning how to code. Now, like you can say that some people will think, okay, let me go to uni and study like that way. But it's a big investment to make to learn to code in 3 years, something that somebody else like myself can do in 3 months. Um, but I think that it's definitely accessibility. If I hadn't gone to uni, I wouldn't have known about coding. If I hadn't gone to uni, I wouldn't have learned about Code First Girls. And I think organizations like Code First Girls is needed, and programs like BT Further is needed. And I think that a lot of organizations need to really think that, yes, there's a pipeline issue. Yes, there's a huge, like, there's a lot of vacancies. I know that I think somewhere they said about 800,000 job vacancies by 2020. Yeah. And I'm like, what? 800,000? So you're telling me that there's all these people in the UK, let's just say the UK for now, because I can only speak on the UK because that's where we are, that are looking for work, that are either losing their job because of automation and things like that, but they don't know how to take that transition into learning to code. Even though we're saying that they can, we're not providing them with that platform to say, you can do this. So programs like BT Further is great for bringing women and non-binaries into tech from untraditional backgrounds. But we also need to look at, things such as like bringing more Black men into tech, how we're going to do that, how we're going to let them know that there's a place for them. Like for me, as a Black woman, I didn't think there was a place in tech for me. And I've never seen somebody in tech that looks like me. And I think that I now am, and definitely now that being in it, I'm now meeting people that look like me, so I can say, okay, my voice can be heard in tech. And reaching those people to say, okay, we want to create this platform for you. We want to teach you the skills, and we want to help you get into tech because we need your voice, we need your knowledge, we need your experience so that we can make tech more accessible, not just to people in general, but people of different backgrounds as well. But yeah, I think it's accessibility and cost. Money is a big thing. And we can speak for London. London's expensive. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So they'd rather stay in that loop knowing that they have something coming than to break out that loop and make that sacrifice to learn something that they don't fully understand. So I think that we definitely need more programs like BT Further, and we need to reach out to people in low income areas as well. They might not have access to the internet and things like that. So we need to kind of educate people in those backgrounds, in those areas. Because if we limit ourselves and we're saying, okay, let's just advertise internally or give it to schools in the local area, we're missing out on a lot of people that can share their experiences and make tech better. So I think accessibility is a big thing for this, definitely.
Definitely, I can't agree more. I think for those who are listening, this is also going on YouTube, by the way, so it will be here forever. For those listening, I just want to say that, like what Jen said, that having these programs like Code First Girls, these programs within organizations like BT Further is so important. There's other sort of early engagement things that we can also do. So there's companies like STEMettes who run hackathons and events for local girls, and there was in 2017 they traveled across the UK and Ireland to engage more girls from different schools with the world of tech and engineering. It was really, really good. It was such a successful event, and I think they are going to keep doing it. I don't know if they did it last year or this year, but I think they're doing similar events across the UK. Anyway, So
Yeah.
in terms of like what we can do, I think that's really important that we also help out as much as we can in these like
Yeah.
in these courses, in these sort of events that are happening. But
Yeah.
I think for me personally, I try my best to help out with a local event or a local community as much as I can. So I used to teach the Code First Girls courses in Sheffield and in Leeds. But recently I've had to take a step back because it's so overwhelming sometimes. But I think we
Yeah.
can all collectively do something to help out. And yeah, everything you said, Jen, is spot on. We need to get people from different backgrounds. It's not just about women, it's about the diversity of women that we have. It's about non-binary people. It's about
Mm,
the people of color, and it's
yeah.
everything. We just need to
Definitely.
improve that, definitely. Yeah. Oh my gosh,
100%.
Jennifer, you were incredible. Thank you so, so much. So I
Thanks.
know I said I know I said that was my last question, but just one final question. Where can people find you on social media? So obviously there's your Instagram, but are you anywhere else?
Yeah, at the moment it's just Instagram and Twitter. So I'm on Twitter _ Jennifer Opal. I'll make sure I put a link in the bio in my Instagram page, but at the moment that's all I can handle.
I know it
Anything
can
else
be
out is
overwhelming.
like, I know, but
Yeah.
those are the two I can handle right now. But yeah, you can definitely find me on that. And if you want to connect and get some more advice, I'm more than happy to connect on LinkedIn as well. By my name, Jennifer Opal as well. So you can find me on there.
Thank you so much, Jen. So just for a conclusion, so basically I'm gonna do a write-up of what we've spoken about today and I'll post it on my blog. And then I'll also get a download of this Instagram live that we've done and I'll make a bit of I'll make a few edits and post it on YouTube. So I'll definitely keep you in the loop for that. Thank you so much, Jennifer, and I will make sure that um to to communicate what you've done and sort of your story. It's really, really inspiring, and that's why I'm really, really thankful and grateful that you took your time out today just to chat to me. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Best of luck on Monday, and you know where to find me if you need any advice at all.
100%. I'll
Amazing.
be in
Thank
your
you.
DMs, girl. I'll be in your DMs.
Oh yeah, me too, girl. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jen. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.